They thought they broke you, thought they shattered you into pieces too small to put back together, thought they could walk away, laugh, and never look back. But what they didn't realize was that God was watching. And He wasn't just watching, He was preparing. Because when they tore you apart, when they left you to rot, when they made you feel like nothing, He was setting the stage for your rise. See, people think they can get away with it. They think they can lie, betray, destroy, and just move on like it never happened. But God doesn't work that way. He doesn't let His warriors fall without reason. He doesn't let His chosen ones break without purpose. You were never abandoned, never forgotten, never truly alone. You were being rebuilt, and now they have to watch. They have to sit back and witness the very thing they never wanted to see, you standing again. Not just standing, rising, not just rising, thriving. And this time, you're not coming back as the same person. You're coming back stronger, wiser, untouchable. They wanted you weak, wanted you to stay down, wanted you to believe you had nothing left, but they didn't realize they weren't burying you. They were planting you. And now you're about to grow into something they can't even comprehend. At first, they won't believe it. They'll tell themselves it's temporary, that you'll fall again, that you'll never really make it. But every time they look up, you'll be higher. Every time they hear your name, you'll be further. Every time they try to move on, your success will haunt them, because what they meant for destruction, God turned into preparation. What they tried to ruin, God restored. And now they have no choice but to sit back and watch, to watch you rise, to watch you become everything they swore you never would be, to watch you become the person they never could break. And that is their punishment. Not revenge, not anger, not getting even, just watching you win. Because nothing hurts more than realizing you lost something you could never get back. They thought you'd always be there, thought they could betray you and still have a way in, thought they could walk away and come back whenever they felt like it. But God doesn't allow His people to be played with. When He removes you from a place, from a situation, from a person's life, He closes that door forever. And no matter how much they beg, no matter how much they wish they could undo it, no matter how much they regret, they can't go back. Because the version of you they knew no longer exists. See, when God rebuilds you, He doesn't just put the old pieces back together. He creates something new, something greater, something so powerful that the people who tried to break you can't even recognize you anymore. And that's the best part. They wanted to hurt you. Instead, they created a warrior. They thought they were ruining you. Instead, they were making you unstoppable. Because you can't be who you were before. That version of you was too trusting, too open, too willing to believe that people meant well. Now you see the truth. Now you understand that not everyone who smiles at you wants to see you win. Now you know what it means to lose everything and still come back stronger, and that's something they will never have, because they break and stay broken. They destroy and never rebuild. But you are God's masterpiece. Every scar, every battle, every betrayal, it all built something inside you that cannot be broken again. And now, you don't need to seek revenge. You don't need to prove them wrong, because your very existence is proof enough. Your success is proof. Your peace is proof. Your joy, your strength, your growth, all proof. And every single time they see you, every single time they hear about you, every single time they realize you are still here, still thriving, still walking in the favor of God, they will feel it. They will feel the weight of what they lost, the weight of what they tried to break but couldn't, the weight of watching you be rebuilt into something greater than they ever imagined. And that is their cross to bear. because you are no longer in the place where they left you. You are no longer the person they tried to destroy. You are living proof that when God is in control, nothing and no one can stop the plan He has for you. And they just have to watch. And they just have to watch. Watch as you grow. Watch as you heal. Watch as every door they tried to close in your face swings wide open, not by their hands, but by God's will. They will watch as the opportunities they thought you'd never get come pouring into your life. Watch as you walk into rooms they swore you'd never belong in. Watch as you thrive in spaces they prayed you'd fail in. And the best part? You won't even be thinking about them. See, that's the real punishment. Not just watching you rise, but knowing they no longer exist in your world. They are stuck in the past, reliving memories, replaying the moments they had control, while you are already 10 steps ahead. Because when God rebuilds you, He doesn't just restore you to where you were before, He elevates you. And that's what they can't handle. They expected to see you struggle, expected to see you weak, expected to hear that you still talk about them, that you're still bitter, still angry, still stuck in the pain they left you with. But instead, you are free. And that freedom, that is what will haunt them forever. At first, they'll pretend not to care, act like your comeback means nothing to them. But deep down, they will feel it. They will hear your name in conversations they weren't invited to, see your face in places they can't reach. Watch as the world starts to recognize what they once overlooked, and the realization will hit them like a storm. They lost something irreplaceable. They will try to find you in others, try to recreate the energy, the loyalty, the love they threw away, but it won't work. Because what they had with you was never something they could replace. It was a blessing they mistreated, a blessing they took for granted. And now, that blessing belongs to someone else. God has a way of making sure the people who tried to break you realize exactly what they did. Not through revenge, not through anger, but through His favor over your life. See, they thought they had the final say, thought they could decide your worth, your future, your destiny. But they were never in control. God was, and He never planned to leave you broken. No, He was preparing you for something greater, preparing you for a new chapter, preparing you for the very things they swore you'd never have. And now, they get to see what happens when God steps in. They get to witness your transformation. They get to experience the weight of knowing they were part of the problem, not the story. And that will eat at them forever. Because one day, they will look at you, look at everything you've built, everything you've become, and they will wish they had treated you better. They will wish they had appreciated you, wish they had valued you, wish they had done things differently. But by then, it will be too late. Because you are no longer the person who waits, no longer the person who begs, no longer the person who needs validation from those who never truly saw you. You are walking in purpose now, walking in confidence, walking in the very light they tried to dim. And the greatest part, you did it without them. You didn't need their apology, didn't need their approval, didn't need their recognition, because when God rebuilds you, when He strengthens you, when He lifts you out of the place where they left you, He makes sure you never go back. He makes sure the doors they close stay shut, because He has something greater, something bigger, something beyond anything they could have ever imagined for you. And when they realize that, when they finally see what they lost, that will be the real punishment. Not your anger, not your revenge, just your absence. And in that absence, they will finally understand. Not only did they lose you, they lost the version of you that would have still cared. And that version of you, it's never coming back. They thought you would always be there, thought they could hurt you, betray you, leave you in pieces, and somehow, some way, you'd still be waiting, still be hoping, still be willing to open the door. But God doesn't work like that. He didn't rebuild you to go back to the same people who tore you down. He didn't restore your strength just so you could waste it on those who never valued you. He didn't bring you through the fire just to place you back into the hands of the ones who said it. No, He lifted you out. And now, they can't reach you. They will try. Oh, they will try. Some will come back with apologies, hoping to slip through the cracks. Some will pretend like nothing ever happened, like the past doesn't matter, like you should just pick up where you left off. But they'll realize soon enough, you are not the same person anymore. You have boundaries now. You have self-respect now. You have a different kind of strength, one that doesn't seek revenge, but also doesn't tolerate disrespect. You know your worth now, and they hate that. Because the old you would have listened. The old you would have forgiven. The old you would have let them back in. But that person is gone. Gone with the tears you cried. Gone with the sleepless nights they caused. Gone with every last ounce of energy you wasted trying to prove your worth to people who were never meant to see it. And what's left? The version of you that God always intended you to be. Stronger, wiser, unshaken. And now they have to live with that. Not because you want them to suffer, not because you want them to hurt, but because they did this to themselves. They made their choice. They treated you like you didn't matter. They took your kindness and spit on it. And now they have to sit with that decision, knowing they can't undo it, knowing they can't rewrite the past, knowing they can't go back to a place that no longer exists. And you're free. Free from their games. Free from their manipulation, free from the version of you that kept giving, kept hoping, kept waiting. Because God didn't just fix you, He transformed you. And now, the only thing left for them to do? Watch from a distance. Watch as you step into the blessings they thought you'd never have. Watch as you receive everything they swore you'd never get. Watch as you flourish in the very places they prayed you'd fail. And that will be their burden to carry for the rest of their lives. Because while they are stuck in the past, replaying what they lost, trapped in their own regret, you are only moving forward.